And as we mentioned, this is the introduction of former President Clinton and former First Lady and Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton as they make their way to the rotunda platform. Normally, this would be through the chute, right, which is down that red carpet onto the inaugural platform, that majestic platform, which took months to build, is just gathering some snow.
It's a great feeling to be introduced coming down that platform. I will tell you that. I'll also mention that President Clinton and Mrs. Clinton were, of course, there 8 years ago. They came to the lunch, the very small 200-person lunch afterwards, and President Trump specifically expressed his gratitude that they were both there and for their service to the country. It's that kind of moment when a lot of things are put aside. Sometimes they're pretty quickly recaptured, but this is a day that's more about democracy than party.
And as we mentioned, these are members of Donald Trump's family that you just saw there, and former President Barack Obama heading to the rotunda platform, not joined by Michelle Obama. She did not also come to Washington for the funeral of Jimmy Carter, just recently celebrating her birthday.
Presidential Inaugural Committee. Committee co-chair, Mr. Steve Witkoff.
And just mentioned the committee co-chair, Steve Witkoff, who in addition to these responsibilities as co-chair of the inaugural committee, Margaret Brennan has just recently returned from Israel after working to help broker that deal to bring the hostages home.
Donald Trump's best friend, as he describes himself, also a real estate developer, and now the closer on this major diplomatic deal between Israel and Hamas. We'll have to see if the Trump team is able to continue to corral both sides to stay on track with a very complex deal that, if it works, would see the return of as many as 3 Americans who are still believed to be held hostage by Hamas and other terror groups.
Does Donald Trump call him the best friend, Margaret, or as you said, self-professed best friend?
I don't know. Ask Bob Costa.
Bob Costa, you would know the answer to that question.
There are a lot of so-called best friends here for President-elect Trump.
Margaret, on the hostage ceasefire deal, are you of the view that it took both presidents to get this done?
Yes.
If they both hadn't been involved, it wouldn't have happened?
It is absolutely remarkable, and the Biden team is very clear about that. We had the negotiator, Brett McGurk, on Face the Nation yesterday. He calls Steve Witkoff also a friend at this point. It was the idea that you can't find divisions between the two administrations, and the fear on the Israeli side that Donald Trump, who has been such an ally of Benjamin Netanyahu, might not take so kindly if he says no to a deal he wants. That helped. So while Brett McGurk was in Doha pressing the Qataris to get Hamas, it was Steve Witkoff pressing the Israelis to get to yes. And that combined power got them there. Now we'll have to see if they can keep them on track with this deal to bring those Americans back and the rest of the hostages.